Keith Dykes of W.K.D. Construction. I have some beautiful hickory flooring that I installed a while back. The homeowners, they moved in and noticed that a piece in front of the range was starting to check. That would definitely not be a good day to run that into the bottom of your foot. No, sir. But luckily, it doesn't run under the range, so we're going to replace it. It's not a big job. I mean, it could be a little intimidating. Floor's kind of expensive. You're right in the middle of it. But it's not hard, so let me show you how we do it. I use some blue painter's tape to cut an equal width strip down the middle. I mean, it really doesn't mean anything. I can just see that better than a pencil mark with my old eyes. If you know, you know. So keep the shop vac handy. Cut down on some of the dust in the shavings. It's easier to clean up as you're cutting. So I cut down both sides of the tape with the circular saw. Then I grabbed the multi-tool and finished those cuts out. Just be careful. You don't want it to jump out of the groove and get into the other piece. That might make you say something ugly, because I know I would. But hey, just be careful. So I'm just going to peel the tape off and make two perpendicular cuts, kind of close to the ends, with a circular saw. And just grab the chisel and take this whole center section out of there. I just want to make it easier to get the tongue side and the groove side out. With the center section out, you can actually do that fairly easy. Now that we have the center section out, I'm just using my chisel. This thing isn't very sharp. I just keep it in my bag and just put it on that little chamfered edge. Give it a few taps and it moves pretty easy. Just get it out of the way, and then you can take the multi-tool and finish that cut, and it will pop right out of there. We'll move over to the tongue side. Now this side, it takes a little more finessing because I have it cleated. I've had it fastened with cleats, so it takes a little more persuasion to get it out of there. You can see the cleats right there. Well, then measure your hardwood and cut it to length. Exactly. Be precise here. It needs to be on the money. After you get it cut to length, take it to the table saw, and we're going to cut the bottom side of the groove off. We're going to leave the tongue that runs the length of the piece, but then after you get the bottom of the groove cut off, turn it to the end. We're going to cut the bottom of the groove off one end and then flip it, and we will cut the tongue off just the end only. And this wood has a little micro bevel, so I'm just going to hit it lightly with a sanding sponge and just try to replicate that and make it look as factory as possible. All right, here is a special sauce. I'm pre-drilling 5 holes. I have a crawl space, so Brent is under there with some Craig screws. I'm going to apply some adhesive, then I'm going to stand on it, and he's going to fasten it from underneath. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. You picking up what I'm putting down? You'll never even know we even been there, man. Come on, look at that.